So in this video, what I'm going to be showing you is the aquarium as it is right now, and I just want to show you some of the things that I'm going to be putting in here prior to actually getting it in there. So first thing is some driftwood. So this piece here, I'm actually going to be standing it up just as you see it here in the tank. This piece, I believe, looks roughly about a foot long. Let me just verify that. Yeah, that is a foot long, and I'm going to stand that up in the tank like so, and I'm eventually going to be putting some Java moss on there. In fact, I see some bits of Java moss on there already, and they're green, so I may have some luck on that from a previous tank that I've teared down. So that's one piece of driftwood. The next piece of driftwood is the big centerpiece. It is fairly heavy and fairly large, as you can tell. This is a 2 feet piece of driftwood. I've had it in another tank before, and the driftwood was way too large. The tank was a 25-gallon tank, and the driftwood simply wouldn't even fit in the tank because it was so long. So I'm glad to see that this tank here will accommodate it. So I'll be adding that into this tank. So that's the next thing. So after that, I'll be putting in some rocks. So we have these rocks here. Just bring them a little closer. You'll see that there are grooves in it, which make excellent hiding places for fry, as well as I'm going to use the word mounting points, or places where I can attach some things like Java moss or any other kind of moss, any kind of plants if I wanted to. So I've got that one there, and that's a rectangle piece. I then have this piece here, which is a triangle. Just stand that one up. I also have this one here, which again is another triangle. Beautiful grooves on there all the way around. This one here. So I'm liking the grooves. In my other tanks I had fry, I had baby fish in there, and what would happen is that there were guppies and platies. What would happen is that you know, the parents would see that as food and start chomping them up. So I need a little bit more hiding places this time around, and I think the rocks and the big piece of driftwood will definitely help out. And then we have this one here, which is another rectangular piece. A lot more crevices in here to hide in. So I'll be adding these in. You know, I will say that whenever you're setting up a tank, before you even start filling your tank, make sure that the platform that it's sitting on, may it be a stand or in this case it's a desk, make sure that it can handle it. This desk can. You'll see that it's a wood base, but you also have the steel underneath it, which can handle the weight of this. Also with supports in the middle as well. So this is quite a bit of weight. The water itself, the tank itself is heavy. The water inside the tank, from what I've read, the way to figure it out is basically 1 gallon of water is equivalent to, and I've read two things. One says 8 pounds, another one says 10 pounds. So either case, you know, a 60-gallon tank is you know, pretty heavy. And then I'm going to be adding in, you know, 5 rocks, some driftwood, and you know, the lighting apparatus that's going to sit on top of it. So there's quite a bit of weight on this. So when you're setting this up, you want to make sure that you know, your stand can sustain it, as well as try to make sure that your tank is level. Now in my case, my tank unfortunately is not level, and I don't plan on tearing it down to fix that, because that's exactly what I would have to do. I would have to empty this entire tank to be able to fix this problem. But I think the levelness should be okay. And I don't know. I'm assuming that it's okay. If one morning I find out that it's not, and I'm swimming in a swimming pool of 60-gallon tank water, then, well, that's a different story. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be putting in these 4 or 5 pieces of rock, as well as the big piece of driftwood and the vertical piece of driftwood, rearranging the 2 plants that I have in there. So stay tuned. That's what I'll be doing shortly, and I'll be coming back and shooting that once I have that ready. I also plan on going out to probably Big Al's, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, sometime within the next week, and picking up some fishies for this tank. I'm thinking of putting in some zebra danios in here, probably a school of them, maybe 5 or 6. Because they're hardy fish, I'm going to start off with them, just because although I got 3 tests at 3 different stores saying my water is wonderful, it's exactly as it should be, I've only been running this tank for a week, and I'm just taking it with a grain of salt. I'm thinking that, you know, let's put in the hardy fish in there, let's keep running it, put in some additional things like the rocks and anything else that the live bacteria can grow on, and you know, gradually add in your fish, which is what you want to do if you're starting out a brand new tank anyway. Because it's a 60-gallon tank, it will take longer to cycle, in my opinion, but everybody's telling me, no, go ahead, add fish, add fish. And I'm wondering if this is just because they're stores. They want to sell you the fish, so they die and you keep coming back and buying more fish. So, yeah, that's enough of my rant. I think if you're cycling a tank and you care about fish, or care about your pets in this case, you know, take care of them. So that's what I'll be doing, is I'll be adding in this decoration, running this tank a little bit more, and I think I'll be adding in the hardy fish into the tank. Just to let you know, this tank here, as you can tell, was a fishless cycle for a week. All I did was take gravel from another tank, add in all the water, and eventually added in all the gravel and the heater and all that stuff. So if everybody's saying this water is perfect, then that's wonderful to hear that you know, none of the fish got hurt, because I did a fishless cycle. Anyhow, that's enough of me talking. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please do post them. I try to reply back almost immediately. And stay tuned. Thanks for watching.